Allegedly, allegedly, we are live, which is really good because 2 minutes ago, when I tried this, that was not actually the case because it kept going, your computer, your webcam, it's not connected. And I went, okay, fine. So good. I don't know. But allegedly, we are live. And apparently there's one person watching, but I'm not sure if that's just me. We'll find out. In the meantime, I need to go and tell people that we're doing this thing. So if you are here, say something in the chat. Anything you like, really. Todd, I'm watching, so that's one. Okay, amazing. That is good. I see 7 now, so possibly there are 6. C122H122 crack. Yep, the crack is powerful. Mary, hello. Cal, just got the notification. A notification! That's, well, I mean, that's just quite unusual, I'm going to be honest. So congratulations on getting a notification that this was happening, because YouTube, yeah, it's a thing. It's really good to be able to talk to you all live and in person. No, you know what I mean, sort of in person, but there we are. Okay, live streaming. No. I don't know if that will actually work, but well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, who's here and where's the link for this thing? How do we? I don't know how to share one of these. Oh, hold on. It's been a very long time since I did a live stream. Can you tell? It's been a little bit of a long time. Okay. What is crack? Could someone please explain that? I don't. It's like banter. It's like good times. Yes. Okay. So I'm attempting to put this on my Patreon page so that everybody can find it. And okay, let's do it. Okay, brilliant. What is crack aside from that Jimmy and movie? Okay. You like Mary? You like my sweater? Thank you. Hi, Dina. It's a wonderful jumper. It has little like fake pearls on it. My preschooler really likes it because you can just go ha ha. Yeah. I think it's not the sort of thing that I would have had when I had a younger child, because when you pick them up, like, no, it's all spiky, I hate you. So it's nice that I can now have jumpers with decoration on them. It's good. Although I do feel a little bit like a Christmas tree. I have worn it to work and they were like, Jill, I see you're not dressed like Steve Jobs' younger sister today, because in the wintertime I go kind of monochrome. I'm like, nope, I ran out of black polo necks, so here's my beautiful patterned Christmas jumper. Anyway, hi Steve, how are you? I'm good. Maya, oh yeah. I checked a minute ago, it was black. I got a notification after navigating away. Oh, there you go. Tommy, hi from Finland. Wow. Feldias, yes, I'm alive, and the cat is upstairs. Crack is a powerful drug. Hello to someone whose name is in Japanese characters, and so I cannot even begin to tell you what it might be. But hello, it is nice to see you from Japan. Isn't it like midnight there? No, Maya, it is 3:06 in the afternoon, which is good, which is why I'm coming to you today, because Tuesday is the day that I don't go to work in the afternoon. Sort of, well, basically. Marika, hello! Okay, I have not punched Marika lately, and I'm sad about that. Marika is one of the people that I did a stage combat course. Which was it? Unarmed? It was unarmed. You did your basic. You were Helena or Hermia, I remember. Anyway, Midnight. Oh, Maya, you meant midnight in Japan. Actually, that is a good question. Is it midnight in Japan right now? Because it's a perfectly normal time of the day over here. But sometimes people are like, "Oh yes, I'm going to stream for everybody at 6 o'clock in the evening," and I'm like, "That is 2 in the morning here. How dare you?" Yes. So there you go. Today is the 19th of November, I think. Today is Thank You Patrons Day, and you're supposed to do something nice and special and lovely for your patrons because they're great. So I'm streaming because that is something nice and special and lovely I can do for my patrons and also everybody else who's not a patron who is about. Hello, welcome, all of you. I said I would answer some questions, so if you have a question, then you should drop it into the chat. I have some questions which people gave me beforehand. I've written them in my book, my Jane Austen quote book. I love this. It's like the quote is, "If adventures will not befall a young lady in her own village, she must seek them abroad," which is very sort of adventuresome sounding, but it's from Northanger Abbey, which is a book about a girl who reads too much like horror and ends up, sort of, she lives in a little bit of a fantasy world, but she's a lot of fun. I like Catherine. Is it Catherine? I think it's Catherine. Anyway, yes, it is Japanese midnight. It's 1 a.m. here. Oh my goodness. Fair. Okay, so to the people who are here at midnight or 1 a.m. your time, is an extra special welcome to you. I will be streaming for the next 50 minutes, by which point it will be even later where you are. But, I appreciate you dropping by. You're great. Jane Austen wasn't a fan of the Gothic. Yes, Cal, Jane Austen wasn't a fan of the Gothic novel. No, but, Northanger is fun for that very reason. Anyway, there are 22 of you in here. Hi. Wow. Okay. And I know at least one of you I've met in person. Hi, Marika. Josh is here. Hi. It's going wonderfully. There are 23 people here, and I'm really quite happy about that. Okay. Right. We're going to answer some questions. That's what we're going to do because it's that kind of day. And then I can probably tell you what I have been working on for the last hour and quite a lot of Saturday and, like the last 2 months basically. But there's been some stuff. There's been some stuff happening. Good stuff. Aside from the part where I got horribly ill. But, good stuff. Okay. Questions. Let's go to the ones that were asked beforehand first. And Anders asked me, is Brightside still alive? And the answer to that is yes, kind of. I tend only to put things on it when I'm like, yeah, I have a really great idea for this, but that tends to involve me needing to, be reading widely on the subject of science, and that has just not been happening for the last few months because I have been kind of up against it there have been a lot of things going on, all of them good things, but I haven't had a lot of downtime, which is why I got sick a couple of weeks ago. It was not fun, but it was instructive that I should not do all the things. Hey ho. But yes, Brightside is still alive. It's just, it only, unlike stuff you like, which a lot of people, watch and enjoy. Not very many people watch Brightside, so it's more of a, if inspiration strikes me, I will make it, but I make it mostly for my own enjoyment rather than because anyone watches it. So there you go. Josh, JRL Studios is Josh, who used to be my title card artist back when, those were a thing, and he always made me look really awesome, so, that was nice. I can't stay long. Okay, I will answer your question now then. Did you get that part in the musical? No. Well, to be fair, so I auditioned for those of you who don't know, I auditioned for a part in Jekyll and Hyde, the musical, and I auditioned for Emma Carew. And they rang me up the next day and went, we had lots of really good people, and so we're not going to offer you that, but would you like to be in the chorus? And I went, well, I've never been in a musical before, so yeah, that does sound fun. To be fair, the girl I got playing Emma is much better at singing than me, so I was like, well, yeah, no, you're really good. I feel like that's legit. Fair enough. But I I'm now at rehearsals for Jekyll and Hyde every Monday. We're performing in March in the Theatre Royal in Margate, which is like in the back end of Kent somewhere. But I'm having a really good time. Like I said, I've never been in a musical before, so it's fun. I'm learning new things. I have no idea what's going on. It's all good. Let's see. Let's see. Somebody asked me earlier, are you going to review Age of Ultron? I'm like, yes, at some point. It's one of those things that I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do that. But I feel it. I can write episodes very quickly when inspired. So I watched Into the Spider-Verse, I wrote the episode, and I performed it, and then I shot it, and then I edited it within the space of 2 days. I was like, I have something to say about this. And Age of Ultron, I haven't watched in a while, and so if I watch it, which means I need to carve out like 2 hours of small person free time, then I feel like that will work, and hopefully there will be something. But there's always that little bit of a, what if I watch it and then I can't think of anything to say? What if I don't have an opinion other than, that's good. I felt like that about The Incredibles. Actually, I watched it and thought, this would be a good review topic. People like The Incredibles. And I watched it and I went, that was good. I like that. I don't have a hook for this. I don't have a hook for an episode on this. And then I watched The Incredibles 2 and went, aha, okay, now I do. We're good. But there you go. That's a foot in the door, good for you. My friend started in the chorus of Sweeney Todd and was the baker's wife in Into the Woods a year later. It's pretty good. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Isn't it a truth universally acknowledged, a Cowrie Kid, that A, Pride and Prejudice adaptations should begin with those words? Yes, most definitely. B, your audience is going to keep some odd hours. Yes. About 40 to 50% of my audience is in the US. I think it's like 40 something percent is in the US specifically. Hang on, I'm going to turn this light on because it's a bit dark. And then quite a few of you, like about half of you, are somewhere in the Americas, basically, is what I'm saying. Most of that is in the US, but Canada as well. And Brazil, surprisingly. A lot of people from Brazil. Hi, Brazil. See, my avatar is kind of creepy. Actually, I can only. It's only about this big. Like it's smaller than a 5p piece, but it's slightly creepy. It's a little bit creepy. I don't know. I feel like if it were bigger, it might be creepier. Who knows? Okay. Steve, have you made a conscious decision to keep your family and references to your family relatively sparse within your channel for reasons of privacy and protection? Yes, particularly for privacy. Like, I don't feel that I have a particular right to share with you details of my family's life, because it's not mine, it's theirs, and I don't know. So, for example, I don't tell you much about my husband because he'd prefer I didn't, and also because it's not really relevant when you're talking about, Star Wars, I guess, and particularly for Ursa Minor, I would rather err on the side of people not knowing things than people knowing things, if you see what I mean. So if I'm on Facebook or something, then there are groups within Facebook. No, that's not what I mean. Like, there are groups of my friends on Facebook that I'm like, yes, of course, I will share pictures with you or whatever. But most of the time, I'm like, no, I don't want that on the internet, because the internet is forever and you never really know who's watching. And also, it's not my life to be sharing intimate details of. I would have been really embarrassed if my mother shared a lot of details about my life on the internet, had such a thing existed when I was small. So I do unto others and all that jazz. Let's see. Nice. Do they film the musicals and other shows you're in? Duquesne. Duquesne? Duquesne? Uh, no, actually, I don't think so. So, actually, that is an excellent question because, um, hang on, I'm going to move. There we go. I was in a play a month and a half ago, 6 weeks ago, called Henry's Last Party, which is a murder mystery, which was written by an author here in Kent, and it was the first time it had ever been performed, and we performed it, and people went, "That was very good, well done." We are hoping to adapt it for a screen kind of setting, if you see what I mean. We're hoping to film it, but that means doing some work on the script and the number of characters. Like, we've decided to cut out one of the characters, but I get her lines, so that's quite good. I should point out, consensually cut her out, because the actress who played Ellen she's the director of the play, and she was like, I didn't really want to be in the play, but then we had a little bit of a snafu with about 5 weeks of rehearsal to go, and then she had to step in because we didn't have an Ellen anymore suddenly. So that happened. You've mentioned getting tickets to come and see you live, but that's a bit unfeasible from America. That is true. Yeah, I'm hoping that we're going to be able to film Henry's Last Party, and then you'll all be able to see it, should you want to. Okay, so there's a little blue thing on my screen, and it says, is that a super chat? Is that what a super chat is? Because, like, it's blue, and it has an amount of money in it. SEK, and it says, ooh, we can give you money. Apparently so. Has anyone ever used super chat before? Is that what that is? Don't know. Okay. Yes, it's a super chat. Wonderful. Great. Those are a thing. Lovely. Thank you very much. I always like it when people give me money. I'm going to be honest. Like, not averse to people giving me money. Anyway, who else? Since someone else asked about the privacy, my question is, how many countries have you been to? Okay. I've been to the US. I've been to Mallorca and Spain and Portugal and France and Germany and Italy and the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, and that's 12. England and Wales and Scotland. I mean, the UK is just, well, I'm counting them separate ones because that means there are more of them. I've been to Lithuania. I've been to Tenerife. I've been to Tunisia. I think. Oh, what was next? I think we might have briefly crossed a border when we went to Tunisia into a country that borders Tunisia with the Sahara, but I don't know. Officially, I think we have not been to that country, whatever it was. I do not remember. Let's see. A good policy. Thank you, Maya. I get that a lot of people make family vlog videos, but they just make me very uncomfortable. Like, I don't like this. This is uncomfortable. Family vlog videos, but they just make me very uncomfortable. Like, this is uncomfortable to me. I don't like you sharing details about your children's lives. What if they don't want this in the future? You're gonna have to take them all down, and people are still gonna know. And I don't know. There are embarrassing details about your childhood. Do tell. Well, I mean, not really embarrassing details about my childhood, but everyone starts out as a squalling baby who can't do anything, and then you have to learn how to, sit and crawl and eat and run and use the toilet on appropriate occasions. And I don't know. I think people sharing about their children's potty training is kind of like, I mean, on the one hand, I appreciate that you are sharing this advice, but on the other hand, I also appreciate that your child might not appreciate this when they're older. Anyway, bye, Josh. Have a good day. How long do plays rehearse usually? Professional or amateur? Because Henry's last party was semi-professional. It was a profit share. We rehearsed from July till October. It was once a week for the first month, and then it was twice a week with occasional extras. So Duncan Woodruff, who is my fight partner in my upcoming YouTube Shakespeare Taming of the Shrew thing, he's going to be in The Wind in the Willows in a couple of weeks. I think it's at the start of December, somewhere in London. I should probably know, but I don't. He's in that in a couple of weeks, but they've rehearsed for 3 weeks, but they rehearse like solidly for 3 weeks, as opposed to if you're rehearsing around work, where we rehearse like 2 evenings a week. Jekyll and Hyde is also a non-professional production, so we rehearse on Monday evenings from October till beginning of March when we're putting the show on. Okay. So my next away. I'm actually curious, who is your favourite Doctor Who to have not been in a TV episode? I don't think I understand the question. Like, I really liked Doctor Who things that aren't TV episodes. I remember there's a novelization, not a novelization. There's a novel, a Doctor Who novel, a David Tennant and Rose one, which is called The Stone Rose, where Rose gets turned into a statue. Like, there's a line in it which was something like, "I'm sorry, I didn't notice. I was busy standing very still and having pigeons poo on me," or something like that. And David Tennant narrated a sort of condensed version of that book, which I loved because he doesn't really do a very good impression of Billie Piper, and it's kind of funny. He does great voices generally, but his Rose doesn't really sound very much like Rose, and it's funny. Woo! Will, woo, new $5 patron. Is that you? In which case, thank you very much. And if it's someone else that you somehow psychically know about, thank you to them. And thank you for you for telling me about it. But I'm going to assume it's you. So thank you very much. You're a wonderful person. Did you visit Luke Skywalker's childhood home in Tunisia? Janet, I did. We were there for 2 weeks, and we went, that was one of the days. We went to visit Luke Skywalker's childhood home, and it was so great. It was so great. There was my poor friend Martha, somebody was trying to sell her something, and they were like, yes, it's a gift, and they would put it on, like they put this necklace or something on her, and she was like, okay. And then it was like, bye. And they went, no, you have to pay. And she was like, no, I don't want it. Please, just that's not what gifts. Just take it back. I don't want to buy your necklace. English people are very, very awkward about like not buying things. I'm not even English, and I'm super awkward about not buying things. I'll be honest. I'm just like, no. Do you marry me? No, because I don't know you, and bigamy is illegal. Yeah, it's my 10th wedding anniversary is coming up soon. I bought a card for it, actually. I bought a card already because I saw this. We don't normally do like cards and stuff for our wedding anniversaries, but I saw this card in a shop. It was this really nice color, and it said, I can't believe you put up with me for this long. And I thought, I'm going to get that one. That's what we're having. Good stuff. Anasakis. Do you still have your videos on the Bible? Yes, I do. Hang on. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. I'm gonna try and drop it in the chat. There we go. Congrats on your anniversary. Thank you very much. That's how I feel about John Legend commercial where he sings about his daughter's stinky diaper. It's cute now, but later, yes, Cal, yes, that is exactly what I mean. What movies have you seen this year? I saw Captain Marvel, not in the cinema, but I saw it. I saw Into the Spider-Verse. Like, if you mean in the cinema, what came out this year? Avengers. That one. I think that might have been it, actually. Everything else I've seen on DVD. So I've seen Captain Marvel because I got it on DVD. And I saw Into the Spider-Verse because I got it on DVD. Yeah. Do you stay in touch with anyone? It is me, should have been clearer. Will, I appreciate it anyway. Thank you. You're a wonderful person and very lovely. Steve, do you stay in touch with anyone from the channel that must not be named? Were you invited to participate in the unofficial anniversary special of Voice in the Dark? No. I saw a Voice in the Dark on the chat and went, zombies run? But that's just me. Oh, gosh. Yes. I'm still Facebook friends with a bunch of people from the place that must not be named. Oh gosh, I forgot. There was a question like way up there about being called Ursa, and I completely forgot. Hang on. Who was that? One minute, guys. Sorry about this. Oh, it's gone. Oh, Todd. Sorry. Yes, Todd. Anyway, right. Let me try this again. Endgame. That's right. Anders, thank you. Valdegast, whoever you are on this thing. I mean, I should talk. I used to be called Ursa. Okay. Yeah, I'm still in touch with Welshie. I'm still friends with a bunch of people like on Facebook, and so I kind of keep up with what they're doing that way. I haven't seen anybody in ages. I saw Masako at VidCon last year. I was like, "You're here! How's it going?" And he was like, "I'm getting married." I was like, "That's really exciting." But I haven't. Yeah, I think I haven't really like arranged a meetup with anybody in ages. Really should. It'd be nice. I didn't know they were doing an unofficial anniversary special. That's kind of funny. You meant like Peter Cushing from the movies or Trevor Martin from Seven Keys to Doomsday? Do you know? I can't think of an answer to that question, Ikari Cage. But Peter Cushing, apparently, I went to. Was it Whitstable or Herne Bay? I don't remember. One of the towns kind of in the north of Kent, and they have a whole in the museum. They have a whole like little section about Peter Cushing because he wasn't from Whitstable or Herne Bay, but he lived there for like 50 years. He and his wife, and there was they named like a cinema after him or a art thing. I don't know. So they had like an exhibition with photos and stuff that he'd done, and pictures of him and his house and details about his life and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool. She's already married and saying that kind of thing to women is kind of creepy. Don't do that. I mean, yeah. Have you read the Rivers of London books? No, I haven't. Is that Neil Gaiman? Congrats on your anniversary. Oh wait, I did that one. Thank you. 10 years. Did you marry right after middle school? Thank you. I'll take the compliment, but no, I didn't. She bathes in the blood of virgins to keep young. Yes, that's what I do. Mm-hmm. It's a little known secret. Good morning, Dr. Wagner. Good morning from Virginia. Wait a minute, this is live. Low Spec Gamer. Hello, Alex. Welcome. How's it going? Where was I? I'm confused now. Oh, Ursa. Right. Okay. So a long time ago, when I was on the channel that must not be named, actually way before that, back when I was just watching the channel that must not be named, I started making videos, which was in 2011, and I needed a name, and I wasn't really sure what to do. You probably shouldn't actually use your real name when you're on the internet, which, I mean, you learn these things. Hey ho. But yes, so I decided I would have a screen name, and so I picked Sursum Ursa because I thought Obscurus Lupa is a great name, and I already have the surname Bear up. So Sursum Ursa means, well, Ursa is bear, and Sursum is up because in the Latin Mass you do Sursum Corda, lift up your hearts. Yeah, so basically it's just a Latin pun. So it's people don't call you Sursum because that's kind of weird, but they do still call me Ursa sometimes, especially at places like VidCon, and I'm like, oh, little, no pun intended, like little nostalgia feels there. It's nice. Okay, where are we? Good morning, back when you were in the booth. Yeah, Oh, I haven't talked to Sophie in a while, actually, but we're still on like Facebook. We're still Facebook friends. I should message her. It's her birthday soon. Should send her a card. Anyway, Rivers of London is Ben Aranovich Perceives Procedurals with Magic. That does sound good. That's what it's going to be called for all time, isn't the channel that must never be named? May well be, which is a really like long-winded way of saying things, but meh. I mean, I haven't really been by there recently, but I mean, I assume they're still carrying on, doing their thing. Anyway, if you could adapt any Pratchett work to the stage, what would you pick? Ooh. Discworld. I mean, definitely something Discworld, because Discworld is my favorite. I would like a Tiffany Aching one. I think those was, because they're children's books, they're shorter, and so I think it would be easier to cut them down to a stage kind of thing. So let's see. Yeah, I think I like the Tiffany Aching ones. I would like something like Wintersmith. Well, the new High School Musical show is High School Musical, the series, if you want long-winded names. Man, High School Musical, the series. I mean, that's a little bit Department of Redundancy department, isn't it? Wow, okay. Maya, any advice for weirdos like myself who want to try acting in adulthood, having never tried it before because of a deep, deep shyness along with environmental factors? Okay, let me tell you something. I was in the drama club when I was in school. So when I was in secondary school, so like 11 to 18, I was also in debate. I used to be really confrontational under certain prescribed circumstances. Like I was really, really shy, but also really, really opinionated. So YouTubing is basically the perfect career for me. I've been following your stuff since the early days of it being posted on the channel that's not been named. Your acting videos have been very encouraging. Yeah, thank you. That is nice. That's going in the smiley face folder, which I will tell you about in a minute. But first, yeah, so I did acting in secondary school. I was not very good at it, I should point out. I was really not a terribly good actress, as most people aren't at the age of 12 or whatever. And then I did kind of sketch stuff a little bit at university, and then I just kind of stopped for an entire decade until I decided that I was going to go and do an entire week of stage combat, which then required me to do acting. And I went, oh, this is amazing. I remember. This is so fun. The thing I would suggest, I guess, is if you're, kind of feeling a little bit wobbly about it, is go and find a class if you can. So like the one way to do it is just to sort of Google amateur productions which are happening in your town, city, or general vicinity, and then turn up and audition. But I understand that could be a bit intimidating, to be honest. So they often have like classes, like day-long classes, and you do, I don't know, a Shakespeare workshop, or you learn about character development, or you learn how to pretend to punch people. Always a fun one. And that's a nice way to kind of ease into it and see if it's nice. And people at those tend to be, nice and encouraging. And because it's not an audition, you're not in competition with each other. So everybody's nicer than usual. That said, actors, I have found, when you do stage combat, you end up working with a lot of people who act as their profession, as their main job. And they tend to be, nice people. They tend to be quite encouraging, because acting is very much a career which you build with relationships. And if people don't like working with you, then you're kind of stuffed. So they tend to be, pretty nice anyway. I hope that's encouraging. Let us know if you go to something and if it's fun. And if it's not, you should try something else rather than going, well, that's terrible. It's not redundant because it's actually about a production of the High School Musical stage adaptation. Okay, well, then I guess High School Musical, the series, sort of makes sense. Amazing Maurice and his educated rodents would be a good stage adaptation, like Cats with rats. See, I don't like cats. No, okay, I don't like cats. I don't like Cats the musical. I like actual cats. Actual cats are great, but Andrew Lloyd Webber musical is eh. Doesn't really do it for me. I'm gonna be honest. Maya, I was watching her back on the Agony booth. Yep, I got an email a couple of weeks ago from someone in France who said, I used to watch you back on Blip TV. And I was like, man, that would be the most amazing hipster chat up line. I knew you back when you were on Blip TV. Like, if you're into that kind of thing. Do you have a P.O. box for people to send you Christmas presents? No, I do not. And the reason I don't is not because I don't like getting presents. I do, but because you have to pay money to have a P.O. box. And I was like, how many people would have to send you things to justify having a P.O. box? And I'm not quite sure how many people that is. I'll be honest. But it is something I will think about in the future. I recommend getting on stage in any capacity. Maya is taking notes. Thank you. I'm glad I'm helping. Thoughts on the next Star Wars Rise of Skywalker? Oh, I'm so excited. Like, the thing was, I watched, you watched the trailers, and I watched the trailer for episode 7, and I went, oh, I really hope it's good. And I watched it and went, yeah, I like that. That was good. And then I saw the trailer for The Last Jedi, I went, oh, I hope it's good. No, actually, for The Last Jedi, I went, I hope it doesn't suck. And then I watched it and I loved it. I know it's kind of, a controversial installment or whatever, but I loved The Last Jedi. But basically, the very first thing I remember thinking when I finished watching it was, I'm so glad it didn't suck. And this is basically what I'm hoping for The Rise of Skywalker. I'm like, baseline, I just want it not to suck. If it blows my mind, then that's wonderful, and I will be very happy and gush about it and whatever. But basically, I just don't want it to be terrible. And I'm hoping, given the things that I like and the things that the directions they seem to be going in, I think like it's not going to enrage me. So that's basically a good thing. Because when I watched the prequels, I was quite young. The first one came out when I was about 13, and I watched it and was like, all right, that wasn't bad. And I liked Attack of the Clones the first time I saw it, and then sort of progressively liked it less. Though it does have some interesting bits in it. But the thing about Revenge of the Sith was, I think going to see Revenge of the Sith with like the Christian group at my university was the first time I met my husband. Although I'm not sure he remembers it. No, he remembered it? I don't remember. Anyway, basically I got introduced to a bunch of people, but I wasn't looking at them because we were in a minibus, and I was quite busy because I was ranting about Revenge of the Sith, because having watched it again, I like the first half a lot. I think the first kind of 30-40 minutes is really solid. I'm like, yeah, I'm enjoying this. And then it just sort of goes, whoa. And all of these things happen where I go, I don't understand it, I don't like it, or I think it's really, really stupid. And so it just kind of goes, ugh. So I was a little bit busy, ranting about things, but allegedly that is the first time we met. I wasn't really paying much attention, I've got to say, but what do you do? You make a Northern Ireland accent seem not that bad. It's the one thing that's putting me off being a YouTuber myself. I can't stand to hear my voice played back. Ryan Hannah Music. Ryan, it took me probably 6 months to get used to seeing myself on screen and listening to my own voice. And it's still, sometimes I still can't do it when there are people in the room. Like if one of my videos comes on, or one of my friends is like, oh, I saw your video on this, look at it. I'm like, no, because I can listen to my voice by myself, and the idea that other people are listening to it is okay, but can't do it when other people are in the room. It's too weird. So it's very much you just have to get used to it sort of thing. And that just takes practice. It's a bit like when I started taping myself to do stage combat stuff to remember the choreography, I would go, oh, because in my head I move like a graceful swan, or at least I don't really think about how I move. But then when you see yourself and you actually look more like an angry duck, and you're sort of like, oh, okay, maybe I should do something about that, like Pilates or something. I don't know. Can you comment on whether or not Barbie outclasses Ray in the use of space magic department? I don't know, because does Barbie use space magic? That would be cool. Is Barbie a Force user? I mean, Barbie has been president and a vet and basically everything. So maybe she's also a Jedi. Actually, that would be kind of awesome. Okay, Jacob, you'd be surprised how many people want to send me parcels. Well, that is possibly true. What kind of T-Scream, what kind of weapons did you use in your stage combat classes? Oh man, would you like the comprehensive list? Let's see. So I've done unarmed, and I've done 2 versus 1 unarmed. Let's see. I've done rapier and dagger, which is where you get a fencing sword and then a fencing sword that they cut off. I've done single sword, which is you just have the fencing sword. I've done 18th century small sword twice, which is like that, but it's much more precise. And also, if you sometimes you get a fancier sword with like sort of fancy bits on the handle or whatever. It's a smaller sword, and so everything you do is much more like that. It's very difficult to get right, but I quite like it. Let's see, what else? 18th century small sword and unarmed, and Joe staff, which is like a 4 foot long staff as opposed to quarter staff, which is like 6 foot plus. I've done nunchucks, possibly the least I mean, I haven't really used a lot of stage combat in my acting, but I feel like nunchucks is the thing I'm gonna never ever use ever again, but it was fun. Double Eskrima versus Sai. My partner had the Sai, I just had the sticks. I was like, that seems like the level of complication I can deal with. Find weapons, which is basically we had a fight which is choreographed in a gym, so we hit each other with weights and swung on ropes and like threw each other into the monkey bars or whatever. And small sword, nunchucks. I feel like there's another one, but then I don't remember what it is. Maybe that's all of them. Ready? No, I think that's all of them. Okay. Sorry, I just saw something at the bottom of the chat, which I will get to, but yes, it's very true. Linkara's wife. I say she does. Linkara's wife says I'm wrong. Linkara's wife says that Barbie is a Jedi and is a better Jedi than Rey. Well, it could be. My favorite thing, Andrew, about The Last Jedi was when it ended, I had no idea where it could go from there. Great open ending. I really liked that about it. I was like, well, I don't know where this is. See, I got a comment a little while ago where someone said the thing I didn't like about Last Jedi was how I felt like it closed off all of it answered all of my questions, and now I don't have any questions left. And I was like, oh, okay. I have so many questions, and not in a I have so many questions kind of way, just like a I want to know what happens now kind of way. I'm not thinking of the music of cats so much as the makeup. Actual rats would be terrible at dialogue. That is true. Rats are notoriously bad at, acting. Did you ever dress up as the Death Star while pregnant? No, though I did occasionally feel a bit like the Death Star. Kind of slow moving and occasionally, terrifyingly destructive. I also have the thing where I can't remember first meeting most of my friends. Maya, I'm so glad it's not just me. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you don't really with most of your friends, you don't have to remember the first time you met them. And you're like, oh, we met at school, or oh, we met at university, and you don't have to. But people are like, when did you meet your husband? And I'm like, allegedly, it was at this point. Let's see. On Northern Irish accents, I'm fascinated by how you pronounce how and now. You fit several letters and probably hieroglyphs in just one syllable. Yeah. Ground is another one. YouTube has auto-generated captions, which I get them, they happen, and then I go in and correct them. How and now. It's just like, I don't understand what that word was. What did you just say? Ground as well. Hey Jill, still kung fu fighting? Yes, I am. To be honest, I should probably, like, one of the things I'm planning to do once I finish with the musical, which is my current, like, evenings project, is probably take some kind of martial arts class and turn up and go, hello, can you make me move not like a duck or a baby giraffe, but instead like someone who is in control of her limbs? That would be great. Barbie does use space magic. Amazing. Barbie's Starlight Adventure has her using space magic. That's what I like. It's why dancers practice in front of mirrors, instant feedback on movement. Oh, that's interesting, Maya. Ah, there we go. Okay, so there's a question answered. Because I did wonder. I was like, do they just really like having lots of light? But no, if you can see what you're doing, then you can see what you're doing wrong. The camera is very unforgiving. I have found, especially like camera phones, when you're doing choreography stuff, because you can see everything that you're doing wrong. And you go, oh no. Anyway, my headcanon is that Barbie is a very wealthy fairy. Teenage Mutant Ninja Bear. Have you ever considered doing living history or reenactment stuff? No, I used to have a housemate at university who was into medieval reenactment. So that was fun. I once tried on his like arming jack, not even the actual chainmail or whatever, just the coat that you put on underneath it. I was like, Ian, this is so heavy. Why? Don't forget broadsword, of course. Marika, I forgot broadsword, which was the one I did in October, which is probably why I forgot it, because I was like, yeah, that's taking me up to the summer. Broadsword. There we go. That was the other one. Technically, as Duncan would tell you, it's arming sword, because broadsword is something slightly different. Arming sword is the more correct term for what we used, but officially it's broadsword because, you know, that's what people understand. I'd love to see you thrown in a garage and do some planned but improvised weapon stuff. Yes, that is exactly what found weapons is. You're given a place and you go in and then you choreograph a fight based on like whatever's lying around you, like MacGyver but fighting. I typed something but it got lost. That's weird, Dr. Wagner, whichever. Try again. Mirror. Being pregnant is a lot like the Death Star. It takes a ton of time to create and charge, and then it just wipes out lives when it finally out for the Northern. Okay. I've been reading The Secret of the Ron More Scary to my nephew and failing so hard at a Scottish accent that it turns Irish. To be fair, a lot of people think I'm Scottish. So that they're, at least as far as accents go, they're kind of in the same neighborhood, even if they're not really the same. Okay, water. On the plus side, a delivery is probably the quickest way to lose weight apart from cutting a leg off. Well, I mean, yeah. I could see Jill in a barroom brawl if she clear out an American Old West saloon. Well, thank you. I always appreciate people's wild overconfidence in my martial prowess. Guys, we all have accents. We just can't tell because we don't have the perspective of hearing ourselves outside of our own head. That is true. I would recommend boxing or Krav. You know, I had a friend who took a couple of Krav classes, and she said they were really, really good, but also kind of terrifying. And here's what you do if someone comes at you with a knife. Like, this is my first lesson. What is happening? Okay. Whew, nothing like the camera to remind us about how insecure we are. I mean, that's true. However, and I highly recommend this, actually. If you... ow. Okay, I've got pins and needles now from sitting on my feet because I was trying to be a little bit higher. I'm just going to bring this down. There we go. Cameras. Sorry, I just got a hell of a review message. You should join me at karate. It's like, no, that's fine. We know each other. We're cool. It's not a threat. YouTube. That's actually quite clever. Okay. If you get someone who's very good at filmmaking and stuff, when we did the when we did our Shakespeare thing and we watched back the footage, I was like, they said when we got there, Jack and Bruce went, okay, so what do you want like the tone to be? What do you want it to look like? And I said, and I just sort of sat there and went, I want it to look really pretty. And they went, okay, sort of like cinematic. And I was saying, yes, I want it to look nice and pretty and that sort of thing. And so they did that. And I, having watched the footage back, I'm like, oh, it does look pretty. I also look pretty. Isn't that nice? Would you try Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? You know, I have seen some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think you spend too much time upside down for my liking, but I would definitely have a go. Like, I will try most things once. You know, like, if they don't directly conflict with my morals, I will have a go at most things once. You should join me at karate. Yeah, but is it like in Sandwich or something, Marika? Because that's like a long way away. I'm just saying. And also, if it's Duncan's class, then it's on Fridays. A night on which I already do things, which is a bother. Anyway, the casting of The Watch. I haven't actually watched The Watch. I will tell you a secret. I watch very, very little television, and most of it is CBeebies at this point. I only watch things ever on catch up, and because it's been like play and musical and YouTube things, I don't really. In the evenings, I'm just like, put child to bed, fall over gently in the corner. Everybody was going. Oh dear. You run a D&D campaign once. Have you played any other RPGs? Not tabletop ones. I mean, I've played a couple of D&D campaigns, and DM'd for one of them, but I haven't actually played any other ones. I don't think. No. I have an idea for a ballet where a girl gets kidnapped. I like your ballet idea. Okay. I know the secret of romance, Gary. Okay. Would Jill ever consider a soft touch martial arts fight? Possibly, if I had any idea what that was. Greetings from the Orkney Isles. Oh, Polecat. That is unusual. Welcome. It's a bit like having someone from Northern Ireland in here. Hi to the guy from Northern Ireland again, by the way. Because it's a bit like, you know, there are lots of people who live in America, though maybe not specific places they're in, but can't imagine lots of people live on the Orkney Isles. I could be wrong, but probably I'm not. Anyway, could you vid on Godspell as you did on Jesus Christ Superstar? Well, I've never seen Godspell. Jesus Christ Superstar was handy. That nicely brought back around there, actually. Time and chance. It was a patron requested episode. So somebody who was a $10 patron, and I don't remember who, said, I want you to do Jesus Christ Superstar. And so when I put all of the options to my $5 plus patrons, they went, yeah, we want you to do Jesus Christ Superstar. And I went, you guys, hate you. You're terrible people. But as it turned out, it was a really good episode. And it turned into 2 episodes because I did one ranting out Mary Magdalene as well. So there you go. Okay, we have got 5 minutes left. So, you're from Northern Ireland. Okay, are there 2 people from Northern Ireland? I think there are. Nice. Welcome, we get everywhere. Aikido. Yeah. The Scots are actually... Scotus means Irish in Latin. Have there been, Steve, any projects we've either initiated out of personal interest or you okay, have there been any projects I have started but determined that I couldn't finish for whatever reason? I feel like there have been a couple of things that I started watching because patrons had suggested them, and then I went, it's that problem again. It's like I don't have anything to say about this. You know, like I watch it and I go, that was enjoyable, but I don't have anything to say about it, and so it doesn't really work. Would you ever do a vid on The Room? Not unless it's a patron request and everybody wants it. And even then, probably begrudgingly, but I'd do it, you know, for my patrons, because I love them. Are we ever going to see Mr. Bear Up? Hans, probably not. When I started making videos, I was like, husband, I am going to make the videos on the internet like the people on the channel that must not be named do. And he went, that's wonderful, honey. I fully support you in your goals to make videos on the internet like the people on the channel that must not be named. As long as I don't have to be in them. And I was like, fair dues. So probably not. I know you're not a fan of the Cats musical, but if one of your Patreon funders asked, would you review the Cats movie coming out? I know a couple of people. Todd in the Shadows does it. He like auctions patron requests, and I have not done that so far. I do. If you're a $10 patron, then you get to suggest a topic, and then people vote on it. But yeah, like if enough people wanted me to do it, then I would probably do it. But probably not till it came out on DVD, because it's really hard for me to get to the cinema. Like, it involves a lot of organization, so I'd be like, flipping out, no, I'm not going to all the way to the cinema to see Cats, which is a little bit uncanny valley for me, I'm going to be honest. Anyway, Bright side, sorry. Oh dear. Have you ever met any other booth contributors? Jill's on Agony Booth. Yes, I am. I mean, it is entirely fair that you don't know that, because I don't really go there anymore. But I think my videos are still cross-posted to there. Like, there was a point where I was on like six different websites, and so I never really was very bad at keeping up with them. But yes, I think my videos are all still there. And yeah, the Agony Booth was the first website that I was invited onto, so that was not yesterday. How is Sherlock? Does he miss his brother? I don't know. It's quite difficult to tell with cats, but you know, he seems happy enough in himself. The only cats related content I'm excited about are kids drawing animations. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna be willing to say good. Right, okay. It has been 57. I've been talking solidly for 57 minutes, which is quite a lot. So actually, I'm going to hang on. I'm going to drop my Twitter link in here, because I have a Twitter again. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but we're giving it a go to see how it is. But yes, if you want to send me like pictures or links to Barbie's Sparkly Stardust, I've forgotten what it was, but you know, Barbie is a space magician. Like, you should definitely feel free to do that on Twitter. And I'm gonna go. So thank you to all of you for coming along. Thank you, and goodbye. Thank you. It's been like 58 minutes, which is quite a long time to talk, but I hope you had a really good time, or at least an okay kind of time for the last hour of me blethering on. And I will see you very soon. The next thing coming out, right, okay, we've got like a minute and a half, so I'm going to do that. The next thing that will be coming out is an epic of a video. So help me, it's going to take so long to upload. It's already really, really long, and I'm nowhere near finished editing it yet, but it is called Flirting with Violence. This is like the working title, because I like puns. And it's about how when I reached my Patreon goal for doing stage combat things, we ended up putting a scene together with The Taming of the Shrew, and how that ended up like having violence in it, but not as much as I was anticipating, really, and how we put it together, and possibly some stuff about how you do it. Like, this is how you do a contact punch. So I don't know if you're following, I assume you're a subscriber, but if you're following me on Twitter or in the YouTube community thing, I made a little gif of the contact punch I did where I smacked Duncan in the stomach, like repeatedly, because you have to do it from various different angles, and it was a lot of fun. And it was, it's like, I think that's my favorite. That's just such a lovely thing to come out of it, because it looks just, I feel like I deal with a lot of people who are very, very good at stage combat, and I feel like, you know what, I can't do many things, but that looked really good. Just got here, but bye. I'm sorry to hear that, time wasting, but yes, it's do. You justify the existence of YouTube. Well, thank you very much. Nice banner image on your Twitter. Thank you all for coming. I wouldn't worry about it time wasting. If you would like to waste some time by watching for the entire hour, then you can definitely do that, because I guess it's going to exist somewhere. But in the meantime, it is an hour and 33 seconds, and I'm going to say bye. So, bye.